Good morning, niggas. This is none other than the one and only, never phony, the incredible T.O.P. And T.O.P. stands for a lot of things. Good morning, Ebo. How you doing, sir? I did a live last night with Affy Kingdom, Young Zay, and King Dre. If you haven't, go check it out. Talking about, in general anyway, why men shouldn't love women. And actually, this live is kind of like a part 2 of that. Good morning, Diva. How you doing? Get myself ready for work. Rolling up right quick before I go. But I wanted to add, because it was some things that I didn't get a chance to touch on last night because I was kind of limited on time. Being I had to get up so early this morning to get ready to go to work. But I have an admission to make. And the truth is that, well, one, I can't go live on my other page, my regular page, so that's why I'm going live over here. But the truth is I have been heartbroken by a woman twice in my life. But it's not what you guys think. So the first 2 times that I was heartbroken, or the first time I was heartbroken, is when my mother passed away. And the reason why I was heartbroken behind that is because she's the first woman that I ever knew. She's the woman who gave birth to me. And without her, there would be no me. And when I say love, that's the kind of love that I have for my mother. And the same thing goes for my grandmother, but slightly different. If it wasn't for my grandmother giving birth to my mother, then my mother couldn't have given birth to me. And so the death of these 2 very prominent women in my life, you know, for no other good way to put it, you could say that I am indeed heartbroken behind those 2 events in my lifetime. But when it comes to women outside of those 2 women, including my own baby sister, because she never gave birth to me. And so she's not on the same status level to me as my mother and my grandmother, because those 2 women, you know, and so forth and so on, are directly responsible for my life. And so that's why I love them the way I do. But in regards to other women, you know, non-relatives and relatives alike, you know, I have an affinity for my relatives. And other women, non-relatives, I just don't set myself up as a man, because with love comes not only expectations, you know, the expectation that our love is going to be returned. Because who gets in a relationship without expecting to be loved in return? And the other thing that comes with love is disappointment. And the death of my mother and my grandmother was a great disappointment to me. But what I eventually came to understand is that the creator of everything saw that I was prepared as a man, as an individual, in my evolution, that I would be able to deal with that kind of a situation. Because when your parents die, it literally puts you in a position where you are really in this world by yourself. There's nobody who you can trust as much. Not even your own siblings. But just to set the record straight, you know, I just wanted to admit that Top has been heartbroken, just not in the way that you guys may think. And like I said last night on the live, as men, I think that we make the tragic mistake of, behaving like women to an extent where we allow ourselves to get wrapped up in how we feel about women to the point that we will ignore the fact that we are exposing ourselves to hurt and disappointment and betrayal. Because the way my mind works, when I deal with women, from the very first time I look at her, because that's where the interaction starts, I've already said to myself in my mind years ago that when you're dealing with women, you have to take for granted that at any time she may backslide and be unfaithful to you. And so if you already understand that from day one when you're dealing with a woman, then how could you possibly get heartbroken when you were already aware that this was a possibility? And I don't understand how guys don't get that rationale. How guys put themselves in a position where in the end they end up saying that they were heartbroken by a female. The only thing I can say in regards to that is that guys who have been heartbroken about females obviously had no clue about women prior to dealing with them. And fortunately for me, you know what I'm saying? And this is one of the reasons why I love my mother so much, and my grandmother too, is because they taught me a lot about how women really are. That combined with my own personal experiences dealing with women, and even watching other women in my family, very early on, I noticed a lot of things about how women behaved. And in combination with my personality, I'm generally a naturally aloof person. So much so that I could do it right in your presence without even trying to do it. I'm just more concerned about what's going on in my head and in my world and with my thoughts before any and everything else. And I attribute that to my innate selfishness. But I just don't get, and maybe it's a result of the way I think. Maybe it's a result of the decisions that I make. But I just don't get how guys put themselves in a position, with the exception of them being ignorant about women, but how will a guy knowingly put himself in a position with a woman where she could affect him emotionally to the point where he would commit suicide or do something unconstructive that will send him to prison or get him hurt? That boggles my mind. And I know a lot of people think that it's just not possible, but I exist. I'm here. Now, does that mean you can't love women? You can, I suppose. But, like KRS-One said, love's going to get you. When you love something, it'll sneak up from behind you and take you right out. And with that, I appreciate you, Diva and Ebo, for coming through, checking me out on this Good Morning Live. But I got to finish getting myself together so I can get out of here and get to work. Go check out the drop last night with me and King Dre, Affy and Zay. And I'll holler back at you guys later. Peace.